Hi everyone and welcome back. Now in today's video we are going to discuss about a very specific type of malware and the name here is NoEscape. Now in the industry there are thousands of different type of malwares that are available. Today we are going to take one specific example and in the other set of videos we are going to take various different set of examples of popular malwares that are available in the industry. Now for today's video, the reason why we are exploring NoEscape is because I came across some of the older Reddit posts as well as other posts in different communities where users were infected with this specific type of malware, as you can see in the description as well. So this is one of the reasons why we are going to explore on what really happens when you install this specific type of malware. As you can see, I have a fresh Windows 10 system over here as part of the virtual machine and we are going to explore this. Before I go ahead and install this, one specific thing that I wanted to show you is if you look into the user account control setting, this is how it really looks like. We'll see on what happens after we install this malware to understand the effects. Apart from that, one more thing that I wanted to show you is that when I create a text document, you see all of the keys are working perfectly well from the keyboard over here. However, once we install this specific malware, we are going to see if the same functionality is available. So with this set, let's go ahead and install this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this specific type of malware. I'll click on yes. It is giving us a warning. This is fine for testing environment. It is stating this malware is no joke. Do you want to continue? I'll just do a yes over here. So once we have installed this malware, automatically you see our Windows 10 system is restarting. So let's quickly wait for it to be restarted. And unfortunately, our Windows updates is also getting installed. So that is fine. Let's quickly wait for a moment here. All right. So now you see there are so many users that this specific malware has created. The default user that we had, when we try to add the password associated with the default user, you see I am not able to get it working. So if I'll just press enter, it says password is incorrect. So generally what the NoEscape malware does is that this is the primary user and for this specific user, there is a specific password called as death. So as soon as I enter death and when we press enter, you see it is allowing us to log in. Now, as soon as we logged in, this is how the desktop really looks like. There are so many files that are created. Now, if you open one of the files, let's quickly open one of the files over here. I'll open this with Notepad. And in the Notepad here, you see it says your computer is mine. You cannot get rid of this malware. All right. So this again, the same contents you will see in all of the files that are created over here. Now let's try and create a new notepad file over here. All right. So once the notepad file is created, now when I type something, for example, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, you see only some of the keys are working over here. Not all of the keys are working. For example, when I type B or when I type C, all of these keys are not really working. These are blocked. All right. So this is one of the impacts that you will see as part of this. Apart from this, when you try to open a command prompt, you see it clearly says that the command prompt has been disabled by your administrator. And it says press any key to continue. If you just press any key, it will just exit out. Along with that, you will see that when you explore the user account control settings, you will be able to see this time some settings when modified as part of the UAC. This was not really present previously. So these are some of the changes that happens when you install the NoEscape malware. Along with this, there are various other things that it does, but I wanted it to be at a high level overview. And this is one of the reasons why, again, our important learning, never download or install any file that is untrusted. For example, many users, they download cracked software from some random website. This type of approach will get you into a big trouble, and sooner or later, not only your system will get impacted, but also all of the important data that you might have in the system, those data will also get compromised. So this is the reason why you have to be very, very careful. So going back to Reddit, now if you see the screenshot that this specific user has posted, it is a very similar screenshot on what we had explored where there are so many users that were created. Now, many times what happens is that if a server, specifically when we say a cloud environment or a server gets compromised, attacker will create or try to create multiple set of users with admin privilege, and this is primarily important for the role of persistence. So in case if you delete one user, attacker has second administrator user from which he can continue his operation. So this again is one of the classic signs where multiple users are created so that the attacker can continue to maintain persistence. So that's a very high level overview about the no escape malware. There is also a separate no escape ransomware. So do not get confused between both of them. No escape ransomware has a different purpose. This is the primary type of malware that we are discussing in today's video. So that's about it, and I'll see you in the next video.